Get that son of off the field right now. Out. He's fired. He's fired!
Race is when you use your power and influence.
Portions of the following program may be unsuitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Remember, the enemy has only images and illusions, behind which he hides his true motives. Destroy the image, and you will break the enemy.
I'm here to tell you tonight that the businessmen, the mayor of this city, the police commissioner of this city, and everybody in the white power structure of this city must take a responsibility for everything.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Luther and I and everyone in this arena tonight are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of our country. We respect our flag. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of off the field right now. Out. He's fired. He's fired!
Race is when you use your power and influence to subject people into inferiority. Utterances can't be racist.
Look around you, man. They own this shit. They own this couch you sitting on, them shoes you got on your feet, this building, this school, this country, you. We're behind enemy lines, dog.
So you must first of all remember that this system was not originally designed with black people in mind. Right on. And it definitely was not prepared for black people to in the end begin to demand their rights and an equal share in this country which they've died for. Right on. Hey, and we definitely are not going back to Africa.
In the church, we used to sing the song, "Good news, the chariot is coming." While you sit here today, knowing that you have come to hear good news, you must realize in advance what good news for you might be bad news for somebody else. What good news for the sheep might be bad news to the wolf.
They say, oh, things are getting so much better for you. In 1849, it was hitting blacks on the head 100 times a day. In 1990, they hit them 48 times a day. Isn't it better? Oh, it's got to be better. You're saying 52 blows.
The only purpose of most black Americans on earth today is to destroy.
I think that's noble. Italians love Italians. When Irish love Irish. But when a nigga loves a nigga, it's an unpardonable sin. They have blood in their hands. When we say they have blood in their hands, we are not saying him, George Bezos, went and killed. But white people colonized us. They dispersed us. They enslaved our people. They sucked our economy dry. They are still sucking it dry even today. That's white people. Tony Blair, George Bush, Napoleon Bonaparte, Leopold, Adolf Hitler, Benjamin Netanyahu. All white people, they are the same. They are racist and they are full of hate.
I've been waiting for you. You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
Why am I here?
Our world is coming crumbling down. The coons are coming.
You got to understand that white America has an uncanny way of making the victim the victimizer. Excuse me, master, for putting my head in the way of your club. Not that your club is brutalizing my head and putting hickeys on it. My head got in the way of your free swing and broke your shiny stick, and I want to apologize for that.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected and thus not beyond a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here.
There are more connections in the human body than there are stars in the galaxy. We possess a gigantic network of information to which we have almost no access.
Matrix is older than you know. I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the 6th version.
5 months before me. 2 possible explanations. There were 5 months before me. Either no one told me, or no one knows.
Precisely. As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic, creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
Control me! I'm gonna smash you to fucking You can't make me do anything like prick!
Choice. The problem is choice.
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're not brutalized because we're Catholics. We're brutalized because we are black people in America.
because white people made him to be what he is. They made him to look evil because that's their role, to make all of us black people to look evil and to hate ourselves. I can't hate.
You're a nigga till you die. If you're a poor nigga, you're a poor nigga. If you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga. But you never stop being a nigga. And if you get to be educated, you're just an educated nigga.
I'm told every day I'm on air that I'm racist because I call out racism. That is maddening to me, and I'm crying about it because it's crazy.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching you and I and trying to tell the white man to get this powder keg out of his house. Let the black man separate from his house. Let the black man have his own house. Let the black man have his own land and his own property.
I thought the bitch was white! Damn it! I thought the bitch was white!
That's true.
I think that white people are so guilty, knowing what they've done to black people, that they feel if the deeds were reversed, they would hate the black man if he had done the same thing to them. So it's actually, it reflects a guilt complex on the part of whites when they ask us, do we hate them? And if you notice, Uncle Sam has formed a habit of going all over the world. He calls it the ugly American or the American image. He thinks that everybody hates him because it's a guilt complex. And if you think that if you are worried about Europeans hating you, and they're your allies and your cousins, well, naturally it would follow for you to think that Negroes in this country would hate you, especially in light of what has been done to black people in this country by white people.
Now, check it out. The white ball dominates everything, right? Knocks the shit out the yellow ball, the red ball, right? And the game's over when the white ball drives the black ball completely off the table.
But you have to see that all of this is hypocrisy.
I love Malcolm. Malcolm called me the Sunday that he died. I was working Basin Street East. He said, "Brother Greg, you coming by today?" And I said, "Malcolm, I love you." And I said, "I love you so much, I don't even want to take a chance to be there." He said, "What do you mean, Brother Greg?" I said, "Well, I close tonight, Sunday night at Basin Street East." And I said, "But I had my wife book me a flight into Chicago at 8 o'clock this morning, and I'm going to Chicago, and I had way beneath my salary booked me into a college about 10 miles from the airport. And I'm going to go there and speak this afternoon, and I'm going to stay there until they tell me you dead. Because I'm not going to let this government..."
Once again, y'all see everything that's going on, right?
And I'm going to call Adam
you can understand
when I finish talking to you.
When you say racist, when you say racism, this is what it's called right here, right? You get to see it live in effect when you come here because I'm the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. You go all out your way because you know why? You don't want no truth being said, do you? Oh, you would love if I was sitting over here talking about the stuff the other channels are talking about, but that ain't what we do over here, do we? Right? So those who might be new that's over here passing by, this ain't the way it normally go down. But again, by this being the most hated show, they delaying it up because, again, they know what I'm going to come with, don't you? Huh? I was the only one who didn't look right when everybody was looking left. Or I was looking right when everybody was looking left. And you know I got some more to come with that, don't you? Right? So what they doing is they got a delay on everything. You can see it's a long delay. The video don't even match. Right? But see, again, they don't see all the hands that said play. So let me, first and foremost, let me see who up in the house. Let me get a warning if I know if you fam in the house. So I know who in here. If I don't see nothing, I know what time it is. So let me see some ones in the house if it's fam in the house. Because I don't need a video to do the show. You know that, right? I'm going to wait till that because I can hear the delay. I'm actually looking at the show live as well, right? So I see what time it is. I'm talking about video output low. What's good, Angela? What's good, Miss Barron? Well, based on the simple fact that, again, if you seen yesterday's video, then you know why they doing what they're doing, right? Again, while everybody was looking left, I was the only one looking right. I'm the only one, and again, that's not me being facetious, right? That's not me being facetious. That's just all I'm saying is I looked at what should have been looked at. While everybody else talking about R. Kelly, I was the only one. I'm the only one. And matter of fact, that's so powerful that they shut down the entire YouTube. Did y'all notice that? Did you notice that a lot of shows are not on? A lot of shows won't be on for the simple fact that this is the information they don't want to be talked about. Right? That information, if you've seen the other video, because I'm not going to have to say it because, again, due to the simple fact of this delay here, right? So they want us to believe that there's something wrong with YouTube and they need to be working. So I guess I won't actually do a show tonight. Okay, Shalom. What was that? Shalom. What the hell is that? Josefina Z. Collado. That's good, girl. Ain't seen you in a minute. You used to come by. Used to be my homie, but you act like you don't know me. No, what it is they got a delay on the day, so it would be hard. I mean, it's like they got my whole internet on basically crawling, right? Or all of a sudden now it jumps back up on. See, they do all kinds of stuff. I can talk. I don't need the video to do the show. Don't y'all know that? I can do, I reads, right? I was a Negroes that reads, right? So it ain't like I can't do a reading for them, right? How about I just do this just to see how this going to get off? Let's do this. First and foremost, welcome to the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. I'm your host, the whiteologist, Mr. Blows Your Minds. And this show here is to, let's say how I'd say it. I'm going to do it this way. I report, transmit, communicate, articulate, relay, decode, unveil, spread the news, whether by news, video, website, or quotes from publication. As I, your whiteologist, right? Disseminate this information. I ask that the creator of the universe be here, heart, mind, soul, and spirit. Because the truth don't need no partner. And you know what my motto is? I'm not going to tell you what I heard. I'm only going to tell you what I know. Let's see. Haters, haters, haters. So many haters in the world. That's why the world functions the way it does. See? When you do so much, you try so much to try to hide for the simple fact that you do so much. And then when the back part to catch up to you, then you do everything to try to slant that because you don't want that to be the news. I understand it's too big. But again, it must not be true no way, because how could an institution be doing the kind of dirt that it's been doing and yet trying to tell us about whether we right and wrong? Well, that's the same institution that put my people in slavery. It's the same one that wrote them papal bulls, didn't it? Huh? So now it's like, okay, well, your stuff calling all out. I ain't fall for the R. Kelly nonsense, right? You didn't have me looking over there because, again, you know I read every day. I'm looking at everything every day. And this show over here is a news show. And there's that part. That's what I do. I disseminate to give information to my people. For those who are daily and avid watchers over here, you know that you can get something over here worthy to go back to talk to other people when you at work. So, of course, you're going to go all out your way, do everything so that you can make sure that I'm delayed. So what you going to do, cut when I start doing something, make it so that people don't want to be over here. Guess what? I don't need a video to do a show. You understand? I can use this delay and still talk this show and still show it and get it off. You want to see it? Here you go. Check this out. All right. So, you know you're not going to get no video tonight, right? We ain't going to get no video tonight because, again, they're going to delay it so the fact that it won't match it and just kind of mess it up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save that package for another day. Oh, I'm going to bring it back. I'm just going to wait for another day. Right, that's all. You know, you just delay it. That's all they're doing is just delaying it. So anyway, check this out. Let me go ahead and get it off because let me go ahead and get it off. Well, I got this story here. Let me go ahead and pull it up again. So see, you know, I give it to you more than one way. You don't get it just one way over here. Let's see. Let's do I want to go first. Oh, look at that, boy. You in here trying your best. Look at that. You're doing all kinds of stuff, huh? Let's see. Chill out. Well, let me do it this way. Let me ask everybody. I know I got a couple sisters in here. So let me ask you sisters. Would it be better for me just delay the show, not to do it tonight, and just come back and see what's good tomorrow? Because I'll probably end up trying to do two. Depending on, again, how about this? Let me tell y'all what happened before I do that. Let me show you something, y'all. Let me read y'all something. Let me go ahead and read y'all something right quick. Because this with this whole thing, let me read it for y'all right quick. Just to show you. See what they got. Oh yeah, they got everything crawling to a crawl, huh? All right, check this out. It says YouTube is down for users across the globe. You know I'm going to say that again, right? YouTube is down for users across the globe. On Tuesday, viewing music, videos, tutorials, today's latest viral clips and more was halted as users across the globe reported that YouTube is down and not working. According to the outage tracking site Down Detector, YouTube has been down since around 3:13 p.m. 3:13, right? Most users who are reporting YouTube is not working are from the UK and along the United States East Coast, according to the Down Detector outage map. Newsweek was able to load YouTube both on mobile and desktop in New York City. Users report that the site was either completely inaccessible or just not loading properly. Others said the site has been in and out this afternoon. YouTube said it is aware the site is down and not working for some. If YouTube isn't loading for you or you're seeing error message on the site, we're on it. More updates to follow, the company said in a statement. Error message again. There's teams of monkeys must be working to fix this. Down Detector user John King said, YouTube is not loading properly over here in New York. No content showing. Site does come up, but everything on the site is not loading. Another user said, damn, was just about to make my video go live and YouTube servers kept going down. Twitter user Mike said. Users are suggesting a fix to YouTube being down is to sign out of your account that is indefinitely account related. If you sign out, it's okay. If I think it may be because Googles are killing Google Plus, user David Moore said. Right? So again, YouTube is down globally. So you got to ask yourself, what? So they want you to say, well, you know, everything is down to the simple fact that there is a bug in the system. Really? Globally? I'll tell you, man. Let me tell you. There's some real stuff going on. Again, pretty much the internet has been inundated with R. Kelly talk. Mr. Blow Your Mind will not touch that. Depending on what age group you're in, you might be like, this is new news to you. Again, I don't condone, right? I'm not here to say I condone as to what took place. And again, that's that man's life. And again, I don't think a Lifetime movie should have been the one to depict it. If they had issues, I think they should have gone ahead and took that to the proper authorities to get that handled in the proper way. But to make accusations and then, you know, to get public opinion, right? To get public opinion, it's not the way you should have had it done if it was really such a issue as they say it was. But the thing that is bigger than R. Kelly, right? That is what's caused the YouTube to, and I'm not even sure whether Facebook and stuff is down, but we know YouTube, because again, you have a lot of content creators out here who have shows like myself and who disseminate news. So again, there's really kind of a blackout is what you want to call it, right? It's a blackout because the taintness of what is happening in a certain trials that is out there. Again, you need to see yesterday's video to know what I'm talking about. So for me to come on today, I had some more stuff that I'm going to add to it. But again, due to this blackout today, you won't be able to get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to actually do that show that I'm going to do per se tonight. I will just have to delay that show and bring it back at another time. I got it all together, so it won't go nowhere. So one thing I can do is, let's see. I got some stuff I probably could do just to get that out the way. Since y'all over here, I appreciate y'all being over here, right? I do appreciate that. Again, pretty much think about it. You've been going around looking. There ain't too much nothing on, right? Think about it. Everything you looking at is like nobody is able to, input stuff. And the few people that are, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are uploading old stuff, right? And stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, it's a blackout. It's really just a blackout. So what I'm going to do, let's see. Let me go ahead and give you a little bit. So some of them had I got some good videos with a lot of this stuff. So I don't really want to, how about I just do this? I could do this because, let me do this because this will be a part of the Black History series. But see, the thing is, let me go ahead and do this. Let me see if I got this article with me. See if I got this article. If I got the article, I'll just go ahead. I got a couple things I can't do on the black side of the thing since I don't have to have no videos for that. So let's see what I got here. Let's see what I got. All right, let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm pull it up and should be okay. Let's see. Do I got that up here? Let's see. Yeah, come on. Let's see, mother. Let's see, Miss Focus. Come on, I know I got it in here. Come on. I got it. Come on. There we go. Got it. All right. See, I keep stuff together. So, okay, let me go ahead and give you this then. I wasn't planning on doing it, but I can go give you something since you're over here, right? So, again, I'm going to give you this story here. It's called Lunsford Lane, the slave who bought his freedom, is being honored with a historical marker in North Carolina. Actually, this story was done December 25th, 2018 from the Griot. This is how it reads. It says, in North Carolina is honoring Lunsford Lane, a former Riley slave, with a historical marker that will be located across the street from the Capitol where he sold pipes for 10 cents each. As reported by the News and Observer, Lane bought his freedom after saving money he earned from working odd jobs such as selling peaches, marbles, chopping extra wood at night, and selling favorite tobacco and handmade pipes to members of the North Carolina State Legislature in Raleigh in 1835. He bought his freedom for $1,000. I cannot describe it, Lane wrote in his 1842 book narrative. Only it seems as though I was in heaven. I used to lie awake whole nights thinking of it, and oh, the strange thoughts that passed through my soul. Like so many rivers of light, deep and rich, were the waves as they rolled. These were more to me than sleep, but I cannot describe my feelings to those who have never been a slave. In narratives, he describes his luck at being a house servant in Raleigh rather than a plantation slave, the report states. But freedom eluded Lane even after he paid the price. State law didn't allow for free slaves to stay longer than 20 days, according to the Marcus Program research. Lane paid to free one of his daughters and they fled north. When he tried to relocate a second time, in Raleigh in 1842, a mob tarred and feathered him, giving abolitionist speeches up north. He and his family eventually escaped to Massachusetts. The thought that I was now in my loved, recently acquired home, that my family were with me, whether they were stern, cruel, hated, hands of slavery, could never reach us more. Almost overwhelmed me with emotions, and I had a deep and strange communion with my own soul, Lane wrote in narrative. This week, the state approved the 6 historical signs of Raleigh to honor a former slave come June 2019, Ashley Wagner of North Carolina Highway Historical Marker Program said Lane, the man born property of Sherwood Haywood, will be recognized with signage on Edenton Street. Riley's marker collection reportedly includes 5 other with connections to slavery: Anna Julia Cooper, Charles Hunter, Edward Johnson, James Harris, and James Young. Lumford Lane bought his freedom for $1,000, money he earned from chopping extra wood and selling favorite tobacco and handmade pipes to members of state legislators in Raleigh. And that is a history moment that happened. Now again, in a sense there, this was what we would call a house Negro, right? Now again, we don't look bad on that. So again, some of them had to do what they had to do, and then some of them was just like we got some today, willing to do whatever it takes to not be taking the thorns and stripes that others may get, and if they feel like aligning with massa, right? But we're not here, again, they're going to honor it, right? So again, anytime when I look at when they're going to do some honor, and I have to wonder what other parts of history they may not be including. But as an ancestor and part of being of the DOS, I myself, again, will not say anything negative towards it because, again, I wasn't there. Only thing I can do is read from the histories, and it was presented, and they wanted to talk about it. So then I presented it here today because, again, I'm supposed to be doing a history series as I did the other day. But, again, due to the shutdown, anything to keep me from getting out there. I understand it. I'm not saying that the shutdown happened solely because of me, but I'm just saying the timing, right? Just the timing. So, again, as Lunsford Lane will be honored as a marker in North Carolina, being a house Negro that end up purchasing his own slave, buying his own family back, and during that particular time, again, you know, being free still didn't mean you were free. Just the simple fact that if they decided that, you know, these white men were jealous or had some hatred, then they would go after you. Again, we read he was tarred and feathered. It's kind of like today, right? You don't get tarred and feathered, but as a black man, you may be out here and you may get feloned like feathers, right? You get felon to be feathered like you're tarred and feathered, that would be like everybody to be assigned, right? When the felonies follow you wherever you go, we're trying to rent, buy, employ. It always will follow you just like you've been tarred and feathered, right? So let's see what else I might pull up again. You know, I'm not going to do video tonight. I got plenty, but I'm not going to do that. So let's see. What else I got up in here? I got some other stuff because I got, you know, always got plenty up in here. So they think that they thought they were gonna stop the show. No, I'm versatile. I got more than one ways, right? The videos is one aspect. If you think that, whoa, boy, they got the frames down to about 4 frames per second. My God, y'all really doing some nonsense, huh? All right, so let me see what else I got in the bag for everybody. See what I got over here. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got up in here. Let's see. Man, I guess I could just go ahead and do the rest of the show. Just do it that way. And then, but I don't want to do it. It's going to take away. It's going to take a lot away from that. Let's see about this. I do got, hold on. I got this one story that I can do. I do this story because I don't think there was no video to it anyway. Right? So let me see if it's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah, this one here. How about this? I got another story for you. How about this? I'm going to keep you up over here. You know, the one thing you can get from over here that other channels do, I'll keep you up on some of the topics that's out there, right? Not so much of all the stuff that the general population might be in. Be stuff that's some things you should just be knowing or have some knowledge of, right? So let me see if I can pull this up here right quick. I know I got it. Just take a second. I got the image, so at least you won't be just hearing me speak. You'll also get a chance to see what I'm reading from or about. Let's see. Where's that at? Let's see. Let's see. Come on. What is that website selling? Maybe it's over here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, hold on. I know where it's at. Let me put over here. Okay, let's see. It's got to be about here. Let's see. Let's see. Come on. Make sure I got the article. Okay. No. Wasn't that far ago, was it? Let's see. Let's see. No, I shouldn't have been that far down. Let's see. All right. Let me do this then. Look one more time up here. No, I didn't get rid of it because I didn't do it yet. Let's see. Oh, I know where it's at. I know exactly where it's at. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I know exactly where it's at. Let's see. There you go. Got it. All right, let's go. All right, so I'm going to put up on the screen, so we're about to go into. All right, see that the screen says website selling genital prosthetics for transgender children. You know I'm going to say that again. Website selling genital prosthetics for transgender children. This story was done January the 5th, 2019. This is how it reads. As the transgender movement has developed, so too has its focus on transitioning of younger and younger people. Trans kids, according to the About section of the Transgender Youth website, is a safe and affirming place where helping your kids live fully embodied and our only goal, or is our only goal. Trans Kid Biz, which is dedicated to providing young folks with gender expressive gear and resources, not only recommends transgender children's books like Who Are You?, The Kid's Guide to Gender Identity, and Be Who You Are. It markets and sells garments and prosthetic designs to fit young children between the approximate age of 8 and 13. Each prosthetic and piece of clothing is casually described as it were a blouse in an old department store catalog. For example, the Tuck Buddies underwear, which is meant for biological girls who identify as boys, is described as follows. These clever unders have an extra panel in the front to help your kiddo have a smooth front with a modern boy short look. Tuck Buddies can help your girl feel more confident and comfortable. The Macho Packer prosthetic penis is a much requested piece from Japan that we are able to offer in limited quantities. This smallish prosthetic is angled downward for a more realistic and less outstanding package. While designed for adults, this is one of the smaller package on the market. The mini and the teeny tiny seems to be the smallest prosthetic penises offered by the website and are described as follow. While most trans boys don't start packing until they are teens or older, sometimes young kids wants to have a prosthetic, and what is on the market is really just too big for most folks under 10 years old. So our friends who make our silicone packers came up with a mini version for young and so smaller kids. Now these may look too tiny to some, but we think these are pretty accurate in their overall size. That said, they are scaled down versions of a larger packer, so that the proposition is not what you might see attached to an AMAB kid. AMAB is an acronym for assigned mailed at birth. Oh shit. A stand to pee prosthetic penis, which comes in circumcised or uncircumcised, is designed especially for younger folks and is discreet enough that it can be worn all day under clothes. There are photos of each of the prosthetics which the Daily Wire will not display. Trans Kids is affiliated with FTM Essentials, an online store for biological women who identify as men. Its parent company is a erotic shop in Chicago called Early to Bed. Following the increasing social acceptance of the adult transgender movement in Western culture, the focus has become to shift towards children who express what may appear to be gender dysphoria. Despite the possibilities of irreparable physical and psychological damage to prepubescent children who are given hormone therapy and offered transitional service, there is a small but vocal group of Americans pushing for the unconditional cultural approval of such things. According to a 2014 paper by Columbia University, Jack Drescher and Jack Pula titled Ethical Issues Raised by Treatment of Gender Variance, Prepubescent Children, or pubescent, right? And published in the Hastings Center report, only a fraction of children who display gender dysphoric behavior continue to do as adults. There is no expert clinical consensus regarding the treatment of pubescent children who meet diagnostic criteria for what was referred to in both the DSM-4-TR and ICD-10 as gender identity disorder in children, and now in DSM-5 as gender dysphoria. As the World Professional Association for Transgender Health notes in the latest standard of care, gender dysphoria is childhood does not inevitably continue into adulthood, and only 6 to 23% of boys and 12 to 27% of girls treated in gender clinics shows persistence of their gender dysphoria into adulthood. Further, most of the boy gender dysphoria persists, and in adulthood they identify as gay rather than as transgender. The contingent of individuals who demand that Western society accepts and comply with their belief that alleged gender dysphoric children should be given hormone therapy and transitional service are with or without malice, creating an environment in which young people may be catastrophically harmed. Marketing products and services to aid such a movement is ignorant at best and unethical at worst. The Daily Wire reached out to Trans Kid for comment, but the representative to whom we spoke was reluctant to answer any questions and referred to us to the owner, who doesn't work on weekends. Yeah, my God, right? Boy, wait a minute. Okay, I get it, right? They have those shops, right? They got shops where you could go in and, go get you, get some of them, get your ladies some nice, gear. You know what I'm talking about, right? We ain't gotta get too graphic, right? We know what I'm talking about, right? And vice versa, sometimes they get edibles, and you get your freak on, you know how it is, right? But that's adults, right? When you grown, right? Once you get that age, you know what you want to get, you do that. That's your business, right? That's your preference. I'm trying to still figure out, how does somebody, again, when they see the way they say trans kids from 8 to 13. Now, let me tell you something. When I'm 8 years old, as a man, heterosexual man, I like women. I love women, right? I ain't gonna lie to you about that. So, at 8, I'm in the playing, my friends, sports, you know what I'm saying? I know, again, heterosexual, there's going to be some attraction, right? You see a girl pretty, you don't really got no game at that time. When I say game, I don't mean like I'm tricking, you know what I mean? Sisters, you know what I'm talking about? You still going through the ropes, because, a man ain't going to become a man until he get his heart broke by one of you sisters, right? He going to, he all up in you, but you ain't up on him, because maybe he just a transition till you get what you want, right? And then he get towed up, and then he turn into a dog, right? But at that stage, you ain't really thinking about, again, most kids at that age don't learn about sex, right? You don't learn about sex until maybe you hanging around. Now, we ain't talking about today. I ain't talking about brand new. I ain't talking about you brand new mugs. We talking about going back a little bit, where you didn't have the accessibilities of being able to hit a YouTube or find whatever with all these sites, whatever it is back then, that underground where mugs is just, porn is just like clicking on Mr. Blows Your Mind video, for those who know how to access that, right? They up on the game. They know a lot more than, going back, right? I mean, it used to be just a magazine, you stumble across one, you go out, damn, I got Hustler, I got Playboy, you know what I'm saying? You done ran up his treasure chest. But it was just a damn magazine, right? You know what I'm saying? And then again, the transformation again from TV 257-911, turn the channel U, right? Remember, get the channel U, and then get the 32 and all that other stuff, right? Then on TV came, right? That was the first cable, and then it was like, you know, if you didn't afford it, again, you know, today paying then $200 for cable, right? So back then, you know, nobody really could afford no cable. You know what I'm saying? You know, when it's brand new, they can get it. But they used to, the one thing they had back then is they had a squiggly line. Now those go back. You might know what I'm talking about. They had that, remember the snow that you don't see today? Like TV used to go off. Remember that? It used to be a time at 12 o'clock. Dun, 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 dun. Remember that? TV used to go off, right? And the snow come on. Well, you know that snow part, they used to be like if you go on that back in them channels and that the high channels. They was back there and you could just see the outline. So you used to work as a kid trying to get to fine tune it so that you could get just the shape. You didn't get to see nothing. You just get the angle. You just knew what it was, and that was close enough. Again, remember you put some aluminum foil on the antenna? All right, I'm telling you, right? Okay. So, but that was what you went through to learn what you talking about prepubescent. But that was puberty going up for back in the day. That's how you got puberty. You started in that sense. But you learned house. Remember that? House. You played house. Right? Back in the day, grind, pants to pants. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But again, you still very naive to the game. How is it that in this day and age, in the 21st century, we talking about somebody 8 years old talking about they need prosthetic genitals? Huh? Wait, where that come in at? When they slide that in? I understand that the movement has been about against people who are under the LGBT and them making their ways so that they could get their rights and so forth. But again, I'm always tell you as a DOS, you got to be behind me. You don't get before me. I ain't there no shot against none of you, but I'm just saying, I'm in line before you. Get back to the back. You see, when you came here, the line was already long. Get to the back. Don't get to jump over me. Everybody be doing that. So I'm saying, when did this influx of children who now they say therapy, right? They were talking about what they could get this trans therapy where they're getting shots, and so now what you're gonna do is, well, this is a young girl who in her mind all of a sudden she thinks she's a man. So you said you got some undies, you know, that gonna have a flap for her, so now she can walk around. I'm a boy. But you biologically is a girl, right? So, okay, it's one thing when you get to an age when you in sexual activity, you know, being active and all that good stuff. Okay, then, okay, now you can focus on that. First of all, you need to focus on all this other stuff you need to get out. You need to under your school and you got to figure out what you're good at and all that stuff. You ain't supposed to be focusing on that. See, that's where this is, again, how does somebody 8 years old already know that? Is it because of the saturation? Is everything being saturated with the inundated of certain kinds of movies? Matter of fact, shit, you watch some of the damn little kiddie stuff, they even sneaking it in. And then, I remember one time they were talking about the Teletubbies and they were talking about the certain colors and stuff, and that they was, you know, say LGBT and all that good stuff. Remember, right? So it seems like somebody has always been slowly infusing all of this into the mindsets. And now, then there was a brother that was a scientist. I don't know if y'all seen. I did that video back. They did a lot to scramble that up. Remember that I told y'all about atrazine? Atrazine. Atrazine is that stuff, the chemical that they putting in the water that they said that they used to, the way they stumbled on understanding what it was is that it had the frogs. It's kind of the same thing with melanin. You know what I'm saying? Again, I read a lot. So again, I remember when I read about melanin and they say how they found out how they come with the lightning, cream lightning, it was because of the tadpole that, you know, was in there with the crushed pineal glands, and that's how they end up knowing how that they came with that lightning cream. So all of them that been using that cream to lighten yourself up, that's crushed pineal glands that start off as cows. Then I wonder what they got the more potent stuff in. Feel what I'm saying? So anyway, atrazine, right, that they found they were putting in a lot in the water, and then they said in the tadpoles were changing from a male that became like a female. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So now what we do is now that they birth and they come in, they don't even take them but 8 years to even know. Talking about I'm in the wrong body. What? You just got here. Hey, you smell brand new. What you talking about? Huh? What you talking about? What? Okay. And then they talk about the DSM. I got that right. I got the DSM-4 right here. I can probably go pull it up. I got that right. Again, like a white eye, I read a lot of shit, right? So I remember going back in the 70s, right? I remember in the 70s when they were talking about that was kind of a disorder, as you heard them talk about in this article, said dysphoria. Yeah, because it was having a clinical imbalance in the mind. Matter of fact, man, I'm about to pull it out. I don't want to do it. I want to keep the video because, again, that validates what I'm saying, other fact that I'm reading. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. Anyway. But, again, they'll let you hear, again, the website selling genital prosthetics for transgender children. What's next? Everything, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's not to, again, when it's a transitioning part where somebody's going through that and they done figured out this is what it is, it is what it is. But I understand how somebody at 8 years old is already thinking in the set, and then you talking about giving them, you know what I'm saying, prosthetic. So what you gonna do, look, the young boy, you gonna give him a prosthetic, one of them? So what he gonna do? He gonna, what? All right, never mind. Let me move on. Before they go on here and take me all the way out of here, right? Alright, so you're getting another version of my show when I don't have to use video. I'll go freestyle. They'll make me none. Let me see if anybody's still up in here. If y'all done broke out on me. Maybe I'm by myself. Oh, okay. Somebody just left, but I got 3 up in here. Okay. Alright. Furious God checking in. What's good, Furious God? Thanks, sir. Again, normally this is not the way I normally do a show. I normally have videos in, again, with some of the dissertation. But due to the fact of all this delay, and I didn't want to make the show, really bad. So I'd rather just do a freestyle. I got plenty of information to do it for if that's what you want. So I'm glad that you're over here. You can hit that like button, the dislike, hit that comment, say I ain't shit. It's all good over here. I don't block nobody. You understand? You have freedom of speech like I do. Right? So anyway, moving on. See what else I got in the bag for you that I can get it. Man, I want to do that story so bad. Man. Damn. Hold on. Well, I could do this one. I can do this one. Let's see what I could do. I could do this one. Let's see what I could do. Let's see. Let me see what I got us up in there. Planned Parenthood. No, I got to use the video for that one. Well, I could do that. How about this one? She in the news, y'all. Let me go ahead and bring her up. She back in the news again. Right? Let me go ahead and show it to y'all. And then I pull up the story. Let you see it first. She back in the news, y'all. She's back in the news. So I pull the story up right quick. Thank you for the 2 who gave me the likes. Thank you. I'm pretty sure they're my 2 sisters up in here. Fierce guy gonna hit that button. I don't demand it, but you do give me. Let me hold something. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bum on the street. Let me hold something, homie. All right. Let me pull it. I got the story right here. Hold on, give me 1 second. And where's she at? Where's she go? Let's see. Hold on. Where'd she go? No, I got in here. Hold on. Make sure over here. Yeah, she back in the news, y'all. She's back. And, again, you gotta look at it like this, man. That's how they do, man. You play the role, and then they say, okay, that's what you want to be. Well, we're going to treat you just like that, right? All right, where's it at? Hold on, where's she at? Let's see, where's it? Come on, got it, right? Come on, there it go. There we go, I got it, here we go. All right, so look, boy, I'm pulling the show up. I'm pulling when the system go down, can you go manual? That's, you know what I'm saying? Those who've been around, you remember when they had manual. Can you survive if all this technology go down is going to be the question. If you can't, you're going to be shit out of luck. We ain't got no internet and no phone and no communication. You know, a lot of people are social misfits. You know what I mean? Meaning, like sisters in here or women in here. Either sisters or women, don't matter. Either way. You know, you got a lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying, on that phone. They could text. They got all the words in the world, don't they? You're like, damn, huh? Get that mug sitting right next to you. It'd be like, did you say something? You know, back in the day, you'd be on the phone. Right, be back on the phone, and then you be on the phone till you just hearing each other breathe. Did you say something? No. Did you say something? No. You just hearing breathing and shit like that. Nobody got nothing to say. Nobody want to hang up. Right? Social misfits. So what happens when you take the social media where mugs can't text no more? Then you got to get personal. Only mugs like myself gonna get all the game, right? Because I could talk, text, or in face to face. But anyway, let's keep it going. All right, so check this out. All right, so we got Rachel Dolezal. Remember transracial former NAACP leader Rachel Dolezal? She just got a trial date. Now I'm going to say that again. Remember transracial former NAACP leader Rachel Dolezal? She just got a trial date. Charged with welfare fraud by Washington State. This story was done January the 7th, 2019. From the Daily Wire, and this is how it reads. Rachel Dolezal, the white former NAACP Spokane chapter president who described herself as transracial because she identified as black, is back in the news, this time for welfare fraud case. Well, you know, they white folk, y'all funny. I know it's funny. Because you want to be black, y'all going to do welfare. That's funny shit there. But anyway. The state of Washington has accused Dolezal, who changed her name legally to Kichi Diallo in 2016, of illegally receiving nearly $9,000 in welfare assistance. And the judge has finally set a trial date. The state has accused Dolezal, 41, of illegally receiving $8,747 in food assistance and $100 in child care assistance during a period of over 2 years, from August of 2015 to November 2017. Judge Michelle Zambilin is growing impatient with legal maneuverings. Fox 28 Spokane reports, saying that Dolezal attorney has had plenty of time to prepare for trial. Judge Zambilin ordered a December 31st that Dolezal welfare fraud trial will begin on March 4th. Dolezal, under her changed name, was charged back in May with first-degree theft by welfare fraud, second-degree perjury, and false verification of public assistance. At her arraignment in June, she pleaded not guilty to all of the charges. Investigators allege that a few months after her parents exposed her as being white, Dolezal started falsifying her income to claim public assistance, stating that she was getting by on a few $100s a month, given as gifts from friends, the outlet reported. The state began an investigation into the alleged fraud back in March of 2017 after an investigator learned that she had published her autobiography titled In Full Color, Finding My Place in a Black and White World. Court documents reveal that while she deposited $84,000 into her bank account, she failed to report it. She told investigators, however, that she fully disclosed her information, the Daily Mail reported. Fox 28 reported that this case has languished on the court's documents since her arrest, with numerous rescheduling since June arraignment. Dolezal made national headlines when she was outed for presenting herself as black despite having two white parents. After the information came to light, she resigned from the Spokane chapter of NAACP, where she served as president from 2014 to 2015. Dolezal said she had not been able to keep steady employment since her transracial identity was revealed. Her autobiography has been blasted by critics as an attempt to continue her victimhood narrative while enjoying white privilege. The Daily Mail provides a few highlights from her books, including her comparison of being required to perform chores at home as a child to slavery. and her first marriage breaking up because she was too black for her black husband. The Racial Divide. A documentary on Dolezal that was released by Netflix in April of 2018 earned the company criticism for promoting her story. Rachel Dolezal becomes a social phenomenon when she passes herself off as an African American and becomes the head of her local NAACP chapter, the film official IMBD description reads. Despite the criticism, the film managed to earn a 72% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes. Rachel Dolezal, I did that video when they read back there, those who been with me for a minute. Remember I did that video, gave the real breakdown. Again, that's when I was doing more of just, the histories and stuff like that, more than just the news part. But, a lot of people, again, so she actually went to HBCU, right? Yeah, she went to HBCU. She was a professor, I think, in Africana studies, and you know what I'm saying, and led a whole lot of things of blackness. So she, matter of fact, her scholarship, she got being black, kind of like that. What's her name, Elizabeth Warren too, when she talking about she's Native American, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, there's a benefit, right? You know what I'm saying? Both I guess there was that Jay-Z and R. Kelly, both best of both worlds, right? But see, now you've been ostracized, you've been scarlet lettered by the other side, and now they say, oh, so you want to be black, huh? So we're gonna treat you just like how we would do niggas. So you was getting welfare. That was the niggerish thing to do. But then you went and put the book out there, and then you got about $84,000 from the book. And, those who come from where I come from, again, maybe some of you don't. Okay, I remember when, again, Mama, if you should be listening, say, no, there's no cracker to you, but, how mamas could be on there, and then, you know what I'm saying, we go through that transition, right? Again, depending on what time, mama be on there and stuff, and then when something happen, my mama get a job, right? Mama get a job, and then mama ain't telling them that, you know what I'm saying, she getting the money and she got a job. So you know what they don't do, they try to let them wait till they find out. And then, okay, but you know how it is us being black with a job, you got to get through the 90 days. Right? You got to get through the 90 days, right? Probationary period. Got to walk on eggshells, yes sir, and all that other bullshit, right? I don't do that shit, but you know what I'm saying. And so, when you get the job, you kind of happy, like shit, I don't need the food stamps and shit. I got a job now. But again, you go through the probationary period, and I tell you what ended up happening, you know what I'm saying? Again, from a woman's standpoint, you know how it is, white motherfucker high, you probably trying to get some ass or whatever the hell it might be, and, shit don't work out. So now, you ain't got no job, right? So you like, damn, I got to get back on public aid. But guess what? Now public aid said, well, what about that extra money you had? So now you got to go through this whole period of time. And so while you're going through that, guess what's happening at the house, y'all? Eating syrup sandwiches, hot sauce sandwiches, mayonnaise sandwiches, sugar sandwich, syrup sandwich. You remember all that butter sandwich, right? Hot, you know what I'm saying? Go down to the food pantry, maybe get you some motherfucking powdered milk. Back then, get the block of cheese. I'm from there. I ain't going to tell you what I heard. I'm going to tell you what I know, right? So here's Rachel Dolezal doing the same bit, but you got 84 G's, right? You came up like a motherfucker. Ain't nobody got no autobiography that somebody gonna buy you po black from the hood and got an autobiography. You be lucky if you get one book sold. What, nigga? I ain't reading. Can I just read and borrow, give it back to you? You know how motherfuckers borrow your shit, don't give it back, right? But you ain't gonna get that kind of money. So again, that's what happened. You had too much money, right? You know how it is. The people who gave you money claim that they gave the money, and then they gonna send it. They want the, IRS want their money. So you know how they get caught up, and that's what happened. So now you in a dilemma, in a conundrum. So now what they say is, to show how black you want to be, I ain't never heard. Now again, I gave you a little personal story, right? And I know a lot of people who grew up and do it like that too. I ain't never heard nobody getting first degree fraud on welfare. Did you hear that shit? She got first degree. Huh? That's like, you know what I'm saying, first degree killing. You know what I'm saying, capital murder. They threw a couple of them on her. They finna give her some time. That's why she delaying it. They better get her back because, again, she traded at the worst way of trading. And she is German. You know they mad at her. What? You supposed to be of Aryan blood? And you pulled that mess? Oh, no. You want to be a nigga? You know, Paul Mooney said everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. See, this is the time when you don't want to be a nigga. Because, see, now, it'll make you a nigga. And so now, you know what I'm saying, they finna get back at you. See, she tried to play the spook who sat by the door, but she was the spook who was birthed from the hole. And tried to say, matter of fact, she used the term transracial. Kind of like that story we just did about transgender children, right? Being a boy, but prosthetically you're gonna be a female. You're biologically a female, but prosthetically you want to be a boy. But she was biologically white, but she said psychologically I'm black. Doesn't that count? I mean, I am, because it's the same. That's why she used the term trans, because it's the same. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. So they said, oh, so you think you black? Oh, we gonna show you what it really is to be there. And guess what? You know that shit. You are expert at blackness, ain't you? You know African studies. You done been around. You the NAACP. Matter of fact, you know what they used to say about NAACP? Yeah. You ever heard this term? They call it the well, hold on. I got it right here. Hold on. Did it turn it? Hold on. So, you know what I'm saying? White objects. I got all kinds. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me show you something right quick. You know, they just say NAACP. Well, you know how sometimes white people, y'all got they be having acronyms for, you know, some funny shit sometimes, right? Now look what they said at NAACP. Let's see, NAACP. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. 1 second there. All right. Hold on. Or maybe I got to look up under, maybe it's under the other one. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second there. All right, so I think it says under coon. Let me look under this coon right here. Oh, yeah. See? That's what I tell you. I ain't going to tell you what I heard. I'm going to tell you what I know. I ain't going to tell you what I heard. I know you want to cut me off, right? They want to cut me off, right? Yeah, I know. I'm very observant there, okay? Since you won't cut us, I'm gonna no video. I'm just gonna go raw. How about that? I can go raw. I can go straight raw with you. All right, hold on 1 second. Where's that? Hold on. I can't find that all of a sudden. Hold on. Hold on. I was about to tell y'all something too. Hold on. All right, here it go. All right, let's see. What it say? Okay, so they said back. Now it was this. Okay, it says. Then there is the white sheriff in the film Mississippi Burning in 1988 who declared, in the vernacular of the rural South in the 1960s, that NAACP stands for niggers, apes, alligator, coons, and possums. So, right? That was, if you seen Mississippi Burning, remember that sheriff, he said that, right? But that was something they had been saying anyway. So here she is, Rachel Dolezal, who wants to be black. You know that what I just said, niggers, apes, coons, coons, and possums, right? That whole bullshit, right? So that's what they said. Well, that's what you want? We're going to get to you now, right? You want the whole package, right? Oh, you said when you was with your white parents, you feel like you was in slavery. Really? Okay. Oh, you want to change your name from Dolezal to that African name. Really? Really? You got the little mulatto kids, right? Really? So, okay, we're going to give you the whole package. So, there it goes, right? Yeah, we don't make life out of the situation. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know how your people get down. You know how they is. They kind of like, they want to be like elephants. They don't want to never get nothing, right? Remember when Bush got back, he told, you tried to kill my daddy. Remember that shit? Right? That's how they get down. But anyway, that's Rachel Dolezal for you again. As that development, over here, we will probably end up doing that, right? So what else I got in here? Let's see if anybody else in here. If not, I had to cut it off. Okay, oh shit, I got picked up a couple people. Well, welcome to the Black Minds News Show. Normally have videos, but since we don't have no videos, so we have to do it raw tonight. That's right, got to go raw for the cootie, because you know why? Them videos, they didn't hear delaying it, so I'm going straight raw and uncut. Welcome to the show, brother. As usual, like when y'all here. All right, so that's Dolezal for you, everybody, right? All right, what else I got in the bag that I can pull out that I don't have to have a video for? Because the other stuff, I got stuff in here. Well, I guess I can go ahead and do this story here because you would like to see it. You would like to see what he did to me. But since I got to go ahead and talk about it, let me go and pull the story, let you see it first. Pull the story up, right? Yeah, motherfucker punch cops and shit. Well, sometimes you just, hey. Let's see if I can pull that up right fast. Let's see. Maybe it's on the other side. All right, maybe it's over here. All right, let's see. Yep, yeah, I had to go raw, man, because again, I don't know. Again, I told you earlier, if you was here, you might have heard that YouTube went down globally, right? So, YouTube ain't working the way it should be working. So, yeah, you're going to have to go, once I found out that everything was delayed, so I said, okay, well, let me just go ahead and just go off the top. I got stories for days over here. I'd probably go all night if I had to. All right, so hold on one second. Where's this at? Where is this at? What do that? That punched the motherfucker. Where that at? No, I got the story, right? I got the story. I said French donates over 100,000. All right, let me go ahead and just punch it up then. How about that? It's crazy. I know I had that story there. Because I know I was going to do the story, right? So, okay, let me put that up, right? Give me one quick second, y'all. Take about a second. All right, French, motherfucker donates. I had the story. Ain't no way I now had this damn story to it. So basically what happened was this, right? There we get it here over. One. All right, let's see if it pop up. Boom, there you go. All right, here we go. It says French donates over 130,000 to support boxer who punched police. You know I'm going to say that again. French donates over 130,000 to support boxer who punched police. This is coming from Al Jazeera. This was actually done January 8, 2019, and this is how it reads. It says French officials on Tuesday condemned a fundraising drive that brought in more than 100,000 euros, more than $114,619 for a former boxer film punching police officers during the latest yellow vest anti-government protest in Paris over the weekend. Christopher Didinger, known as the Gypsy from Massy, during his days in the ring, turned himself into police on Monday after videos emerged of him assaulting shield-carrying officers during the demonstration on Saturday. As of Tuesday morning, over 7,000 people had pledged a total of 117,000 euros, which is 134,000. On the Litchi, a French website used to raise funds for individuals and causes to help pay legal costs for Didinger, who remains in custody. In a video posted on YouTube on Sunday, he described himself as an ordinary citizen acting out of anger with what he called the repressive tactics of the police. I was tear gassed with my friends and my wife, and at a certain point the anger just rose up in me, said the 2007-2008 champion of France light heavyweight division, French Rocky. His case garnered many pledges of support on social media, with some calling him a hero for defending a movement that has accused police of using excessive force against demonstrators. Some French social media users even claim Didier should be cast in a spin-off of the Rocky franchise, a decade-old series of films about U.S. boxing champion Rocky Balboa, played by Sylvester Stallone. But government officials assailed the fundraising drive, with many calling for it to be shut down, for the pledge funds to be seized. To what level of hate have we sunk in the public sphere that people fund gratuitous violence against someone charged with upholding public order? Equality Minister Marlene Schiappa told French Info Radio on Tuesday, "It's outrageous. This kitty is shameful," Schiappa said. Police union said that the funds should be, hold on, where you going? No, don't go. Should be used to compensate the 2 officers targeted by Didier, who were removed from duty while recovering from their injuries. Lichi initially defended on hosting the fundraiser, saying it was simply a neutral online platform. But on Tuesday, it stopped displaying the amount pledged before closing the kitty in light of amount of raised more than 8,100 pledges. Lichi did not reveal how much was raised in total, but said that it would be ensured that the funds will be used only to pay for legal costs, and that any money left over would be returned to donors. All right, so the point here was, again, you would have seen the video. He was getting it to him. You see that punch there? You know, he a boxer, right? Matter of fact, I ever thought that boxers can't even legally go out here and fight you unless, you know what I'm saying, that you're a boxer too. Otherwise, their hands is probably registered as a, you know, I guess that's only in the United States, right? And legal weapon, right? Same thing, you know, certain amount, you know, a certain degree in martial arts or something like that, right? Unless you're defending oneself. And I guess how he was saying, motherfuckers was tear gassing and all this shit. I'm with my wife, and you niggas out here doing all this shit. So, nigga, here's a 1-2. Get this 2-piece, mix it with an extra side of fries with some coleslaw. He was giving it to him, right? That nigga had the shield. He was trying to block. He was going through that shit. Go look it up and y'all can see it. Because I got the video. You know, I probably could play the video, but you don't need no sound. You just need to see the motherfucker doing what he doing, right? See, I might try to pull that up. I don't want to do it because he gonna look shitty. So, but see, what happens is the people, right? The people decided to say they, based on what he did, they supported him, right? And so the government was like, fuck is this shit? You know, I mean, this motherfucker's out here socking up police and y'all finna get this motherfucking money. So they saying, shut it down. Ain't that something? Think about that. You know, like we, you know, black folks, you know, sometimes we need fundraisers because sometimes people be in certain situations, and then, you know, people go GoFundMe, right? And they be investigating, making sure, like, some people, they get the money and then they find out, oh, that ain't what you use the money for and all that. What if you pledge your money? Do it matter what they do, or they have to be, you know, specific about why they want the money? And then, okay, and say, well, Mr. Brown saying, I need money to pay my mortgage. Okay, so if I don't pay my mortgage, I go to Vegas and trick it off and all that stuff, and then you find out, you'll be like, but you lied, right? But you gave me the money. What's the difference? But you lied on the concept, right? But in this case, he ain't lying. He ain't even asked for it. It was just raised. And so instead of them looking at the situation, is because he was becoming a hero, right? So you know how it is. They want to quell the seas, meaning that if it's good and you could do that, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, being a police officer is kind of a fucked up position. Because sometimes you have to take, it's kind of, I guess, same thing like being in the military, right? You got to take orders for some shit you might not just really want to do, but this part of the job and you got to do it. And so, you know, you're doing shit and the people are already upset because, again, it's the Yellow Jackets. If you understand the history or what's been transpiring over there with that, people feeling, again, slave law and all that other shit. So they like, man, look, you know what I'm saying? They already itching, you know what I'm saying? Already itching, just need somebody with a scratch, and it's on. And so you gave it to him, and you just happen to catch somebody. That's what he do. That's he about that life. He's a boxer, right? And so, you know, the people got behind it and started getting money. So they say, well, this one gonna be able to fight the case. He got plenty of money, right? And so they said, no, would you take the money, get to the officers, the ones that he beat up? Man, they ain't really get, they had a shield. He was just hitting through the shield with the bumping across his face. You know what I'm saying? So it was just basically the force of it, right? But, again, that's the whole thing about this thing about being able to control. It's kind of like why YouTube is down globally. It's down. For those who out here looking for things to watch, haven't you been noticing last day or so that it's hard to find some, people either going live or people downloading. You see what I'm doing? I'm over here doing freestyle because I can't do what I normally do for the simple fact that, I don't know how they're able to keep my, all my shit on low, but okay, I'm gonna do what I can. I'm closing on that 1:30 minute. I probably ain't gonna stay for the whole 2.5 as normal, right? But I got shit to go. If y'all want it, I can give it. Anyway, so that was what happened in the French donation. They gave him $130,000, and they say, no, he don't deserve that based on the simple fact. But again, if he was here in the United States, they gonna lock his ass up because he was throwing hands, and he a professional boxer, and that's a no-no, right? So, but again, the support, that's the lesson there. The lesson is sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and black folks, we definitely need to learn that, right? Sometimes there's situations, man, where motherfuckers gonna need to support a motherfucker because they doing something that's right and the system is doing something against them, right? And so they want to quit it because again, the breeder seeds for other people to do the same thing or better. So they say, no, we got to cut that shit. But sometimes, I guess GoFundMe can be beneficial in some aspect, but again, there's always the pros and cons. Motherfuckers get a chance to do some shit. They'll do it if they can, right? So, but it is what it is, right? So we move on to the next. With another story I got in here for you. All right. Again, I go all over, man. I specify, but then, I see something, I'll definitely pull it. Now, the stuff I had tonight was definitely, this some real shit, boy. I was some real good shit tonight, too. So I got to have to do 2 shows. Hopefully I get 2 off tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this because this didn't make no sense. Oh, man, I don't want to show because, again, y'all need to see the video for that. This one here, I'm going to go ahead and do this one. How about this? I could do this one. Because it's just crazy. Whether you see the video or not, because you're not going to see the individual. But the story in itself is some crazy shit. You ready to hear a crazy ass story? Are you really ready to hear a crazy ass story? All right. Let me see who all up in here. Let me see. Okay, you want to hear a crazy ass story? Look at this shit, man. Look at this shit. It's some fucked up shit right here. That's fucked up, man. A woman in a vegetative state for over 10 years gave birth last month. Now police want DNA tests from men who work at the facility. You know I'm going to say that again. A woman in vegetative state for over 10 years gave birth last month. Now police want DNA from men who worked at the facility. This story was done January the 9th, 2019 from CNN. And this is how it reads. A woman who was in a vegetative state for years gave birth. Police want DNA from men who worked at the facility. Police investigation had begun to gather DNA from men who worked at an Arizona care facility where a woman in a vegetative state gave birth last month. Phoenix Police Sergeant Tommy Thomason said Wednesday the woman and child who was in medical distress after being delivered December 29th remained in the hospital. CNN is not reporting the woman's name because she is the victim of sexual abuse. Detectives have asked men at the Hacienda Healthcare Facility in Phoenix to give buccal swabs. Thomas said investigators got court orders for those who didn't voluntarily give samples. There is no suspect, Thomas said. The family obviously is outraged, traumatized, and in shock by the abuse and neglect of their daughter at the Hacienda Healthcare. The family attorney, John Michaels, said the family would like to convey that the baby boy has been born in a loving family and will be cared for. Thompson said the sexual assault investigation will take some time. We're not going to point out who we obtained DNA from or who we intend to get DNA from, he said, but suffice is to say it is a large number of individuals. We have a very wide scope at this point. Detectives also served a search warrant to gather records relevant to the ongoing investigation, he said. Thompson would not say whether police who visited the facility have also given DNA sample. Woman is a member of Apache tribe. The woman is a member of the San Carlos Apache tribe and has long been in a vegetative state, the tribe chairman said Tuesday. San Carlos Apache tribe chairman Cherry Rambler called for justice. When you have a loved one committed to a paraplegic care, when they are most vulnerable and dependent upon others, you trust their caretakers, he said Tuesday. Sadly, one of her caretakers was not to be trusted and took advantage of her. CNA affiliates at KPHO KTVK has reported the woman has been in a vegetative state for 14 years, quoting a source familiar with the situation. The woman has been a patient at this facility for at least a decade following a near-drowning incident, the Phoenix-based station quoted its source as saying. Facility, it is an absolutely horrifying situation. Hacienda officials have called the situation a deeply disturbing incident and said they are cooperating with law enforcement and state agency. The company's chief executive officer, Bill Timmons, resigned Monday. Hacienda will accept nothing less than a full accounting of this absolutely horrifying situation, an unprecedented case that has devastated everyone involved, from the victim and her family to Hacienda staff at every level of our organization, said Gary Orman, executive vice president of Hacienda Healthcare Board of Directors. Last week, the State Department of Economic Security sent investigators to the facility for health and safety checks. Spokesman Brett Bazio said the work was finished out, didn't give any details about the results of the visit with patients. Department of Health ordered Hacienda to implement heightened safety measures. Spokeswoman Melissa Belosi said Thompson told reporters that change apparently have been made. At this point, it is our understanding that these steps have been taken to protect anybody that's there, and that one of our concerns from the beginning, he said, now they have redacted, they said they took back some, said this story has been updated to clarify the woman's medical condition. She is in a vegetative state, not a coma. I don't think that well, I guess it is a little different, right? I think you'd have been better off being in a coma. And again, I'm not making it to be no joking matter. I say it's a fucked up story. Think about that. Vegetative means, okay, you might be conscious, but you can't move, right? I got it right. Is that right? Vegetative is like you can't. Coma is you sleep and you just out. Vegetative is you there, right? The eyes, you seem to be there, awake. And some, it may be more than some. She was there for 14 years. Man, oh my God. Again, I have to say, where was the family? I'm going to say that again. I'm going to take a drink on that one. Drink of water. Hold on. My mouth dry. Hold on. Where was the family? 14 years. Huh? 14 years. So she might have been going through that for a long time, but it was some reckless motherfucker in there going straight. Huh? And if you hit the video, again, tomorrow, when I do the show tomorrow, I'm going to play the video. The only way they knew she was having a baby, she was moaning. Huh? So wait a minute. So ain't y'all on a regular cleaning this woman? Right? And so we know at least 9 to 10 months, right? And matter of fact, we don't even know. Matter of fact, she could have been so pregnant. Again, man, I ain't even trying to be funny with that. That's not even a funny situation. It's just real fucked up that somebody is so, they ain't even thirsty. Matter of fact, when you catch these whoever this is, man, Man, hey, that's gonna be bigger than the R. Kelly situation. That should be. It should be, right? I mean, damn, man, you just really took advantage of the situation, huh? Think about that. I mean, all right, let's keep it a little honey, right? You're in a relationship sometime, right? Ladies, right? Okay, you know how the man is, okay? He come to bed, right? He ain't feel like, right? He just like, you know, man, come on, baby, yeah. He ain't feel like, how you feel like this shit, right? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Kind of little, you know, turn lip a little. You know what I'm saying? He get again, depending on where you get. He just trying to get in. You just let him do this, so you can go sleep, little roll over, right? Well, that's how this is, but they ain't even gonna be none of that. This just, you know what I'm saying? Just straight taking advantage of the situation. You ain't shit. Real talk. You just ain't shit, man. Come on, man. Man, you put yourself in that situation. Somebody there doing that shit to you. You wouldn't like that shit, huh? You can't do shit. You're in a vegetation state. You couldn't do nothing if you wanted to. Have you ever, let me see how many people, have you ever, back in the day, I don't know, there was a term they used to say, you ever woke, I did this, I remember I was real little when that happened. I woke up, like I was conscious I woke up, but I couldn't move. Have y'all ever did that to y'all? I woke up and couldn't move. And I'm telling myself I'm trying to yell because I could see my mother when I'm trying to yell and ain't nothing, huh? You just, you know, like, you know, you locked in there. They said there's some kind of, I forgot, I remember it was an Oprah show one time they were talking about, you know, people say that you be, what they call that, astral projection, right? You know, they talk about the astral projection. So I guess I was out, you know, had some fun and shit, and I was coming back, and I didn't, you know, like an elevator getting down to the last floor and shit, it don't settle right, so door won't open. Well, that's what happened with me and shit. I settled in, and I got locked and shit, and I was like, could see my mama and shit, but I was like, I could do shit, right? So just imagine you in that state, and the only thing I could do was just go back to sleep. And when I woke up, I was back in, I could pop lock and shit, right? So, right? But it was a fucked up state to be in. So just imagine I'm thinking if I'm in that state and this motherfucker up here pumping on me, doing all kind of niggas might be kissing on you, and you can't do shit. That's hell. That's fucking hell. You understand? All them niggas on DNA tests. Put them all on them. Huh? Because, you know, some motherfuckers probably did it, but then dropped seed. You understand? 14 years. And they said she was from the Apache tribe. So she might, you know, got that Indian in her family. You understand? You know, took advantage of the situation, man. That's fucked up. I mean, it is. So you know, this show right here, we gonna do that show. You know, I'm going when that come, boy. I'm going, yes, because think about that. That's really fucked up, man. So everybody who got somebody in there, of course, you like, man, all them probably was in here. They was getting everybody up in here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, the promiscuity of this hot, fervent sex, putting it in, you know, putting it in anything. And matter of fact, the reason why this whole thing shut down is it got to do with motherfuckers putting it wherever, and it don't matter from, what is it, 8 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. Remember that old 8 to 80, that's what they doing, right? So you got to be very careful. See, you paying for somebody to do services, and yeah, they doing everything, doing the oil change, right? They're doing everything, right? And if you, again, that's why the same thing is. So if you get somebody who gets locked up, you know how it is, somebody get locked up and then people don't visit and allow them. That's why the shit be happening, because nobody don't go visit them. So you just like, shit, nobody don't give a fuck about you. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Woo, boom, 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 boom. So that's what happened here. Nobody was coming. So now the family is going to be woefully because it's a check time now. Now you can get a check. But the damage is done. How many, you know what I'm saying? Could you imagine that? No, you can't imagine that, right? But I'm just saying, imagine just, you know what I'm saying? How long? And the only reason of the evidence, again, see, that's the creator there. Creator said, man, look at these crazy motherfuckers right here. Look at this bullshit. Huh? Fuck it, we're going to put a stop to this shit. We're gonna put a stop to this shit. The baby gotta come. When the baby comes, that's gonna be all the evidence. We're gonna stop all this shit. Man, line them up. Line them up. Mount up. God damn it. All right, moving on. Hey, move on, man. Ah, shit, man. Hold on, man. I think I did it. That should be. That's enough, man. Y'all need more? You don't need no more, do you? Y'all need some more? Give some more? All right, man. Let's see what I got in here. What else I got up in here? All the other good shit, man. The video got to compliment it. It got to compliment it. Let's see what else I got in here. I ain't got no video for that either. No, can't do that one. Can't do that one. That one. Hold on. Let me remind some people in here. You know what I'm saying? You're at the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. Okay. Let me hold something. Let me hold a little something right there. Can I hold that? Can I hold that? No? Can I get a hold? Can I get that? Can I hold that? What about this? What about some of this? Can I get some of these too? Can I get that too? What about, can I hold that too? Can I get something? Let me hold something. You know, I get my cup out. Spare change. Spare change. Can I hold something? All right, so get back to what I was doing here. Let's see. All right, let's get back to that. All right, get back up on the screen. Let's say I got a couple more for you. I'm at the 130 mark. Damn, boy, going straight raw like you said. Off the dome. Got story for days, though. I'll tell you that much. I got just, I don't know. Some of this I just don't want to put because you need to have that video because it's just, it complements it so well. All right, podcast Dolezal did that one. Well, let me go and do this one, man. Let me go and do this one because I think this is real fucked up. This one real fucked up too. You might remember this story, right? You might have remembered it. So let's see. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Let me see. Let's see. Hold on, maybe it's not there. Maybe it's over here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. Got it right here. All right, so it says Seattle judge tosses lawsuit against officer who fatally shot pregnant woman. You know I'm going to say that again. Seattle judge tosses lawsuit against officers who fatally shot pregnant woman. This story was done today, January 9, 2019, from the Huffington Post. And this is how it reads. It says the Washington state judge has dismissed claims in a wrongful death lawsuit filed by a family of Charlena Lyles, a pregnant mother of 4 who was killed by Seattle police. The January 4th summary judged by King County Superior Court Judge Julie Spector dismissed the claims against Officer Jason Anderson and Stephen McNew with prejudice, according to the Seattle Times. When a case is dismissed with prejudice, it cannot be refiled but may be appealed to a higher court. A lawsuit filed against the city by Lyles' family still stands. Lyles, 30, was fatally shot on June 18th of 2017 after reporting a burglary at her northeast Seattle apartment. Anderson and McNew said Lyles confronted them at the scene and came after them with a knife. She was shot 7 times and died at the scene. In the wake of the shooting, questions were raised about why the officer didn't use non-lethal force on Lyles, who weighed less than 100 pounds and had mental health issues. According to transcripts of the interview with officers, when Lyles moved towards them with the knife, McNew asked Anderson to use a taser on her. Anderson said he did not have his taser. He had left his in the locker, and they both shot her. 3 of her children were in the apartment at the time of the shooting. According to the transcript McNew interview, one of the little babies crawled into the room after the shooting and rested his head against his mother's body. There is no reason for her to be shot in the front of her babies, Lyle's sister, Monica Williams, told reporters at the time. She had mental health issues that nobody is trying to address. Her death sparked an outcry in the city and allegations that the shooting was racially motivated because Lyle was African American and the 2 officers are white. Still, a Seattle Police Review Board found the shooting was justified. Among the allegations levied by the lawsuit by Lyle's family is a claim that Seattle police violated her civil rights and Americans with Disability Act because she was suffering from a significant mental illness condition. The officers acted in self-defense. The attorneys argued Ms. Lyle's death is a direct result of a commission of felonies and failure to follow the clear verbal commands of Officer Anderson and McNews to get back. The attorneys wrote in the court papers the Times reported. Specter's ruling did not include a detailed analysis of her findings. Family attorney Karen Kohler said she will reappeal the ruling. All right, so this sister here, she's been on already over a year. But just, I remember when that story had happened. Charlena Lyles. And the video will show you, and they just kind of show you the hallway. They don't actually show you from their cameras. So we don't know what took place. We just have, again, the story of the police officer, but they're going to tell you, other than the fact that the video would have had displayed exactly what took place or what transpired. But then again, they said, okay, if you're coming into the apartment where she's at, and she got a knife, don't you back up and don't come in? Now, I don't know where they shot it. According to the way they showed it, they cut the video. Once they show you them, again, I'll show this tomorrow, or when the system gets back up, right? You'll see them go from the hallway and go into the corridor, and then the video cuts. And all you hear now they're giving you is just the sound bite, right? They're giving you, they saying what they saying, and then you hear the shots go off, right? And so, as the story said, that, you know, sound like the old, you know, kid that didn't bring your homework. Remember that? Oh, I forgot my homework at home. Or dog ate it, right? Well, where was your taser? Oh, I left it in the locker. You came to work? Did you just punch the clock? Where you supposed to be when you punch the clock? Going to work? So, okay, what you need when you, everything you need when you going out. And you check it. I got my guns, got my bullets, handcuffs. I need that fucking taser. Nah, hey, do I need to say that again? Right? You know, you do a check, right? You know, like before you leave your house, right? You got a little routine, right? Make sure I got my wallet with my money. Okay, I got my wallet. You know what I'm saying? No, if you keep a watch or ring on, right? Got my belt on, right? You know what I'm saying? Keep my firearm, you know, got that too. Make sure I got my socks and my shoes on, right? Wash my, you know, brush my teeth, wash my, comb my hair, right? Right? You do some check before you do, right? Now, you going to work, and the capacity to work that you do has something to do with life and death of protecting yourself. Man, I think you need everything you need to make sure, right? You know, that's like catching an episode of Batman when he couldn't get none of this shit out of the utility belt. God damn, I ain't got nothing. They're going to have to do these hands business, right? Come up short, right? So in this case, well, I don't got to have the taser, right? Because I'd rather, you know, pump the bullet, right? So because of you having a lackadaisical mind about what your Tory you needed out there, so here was a situation where a woman, again, they said she was under 100 pounds. I'm looking at that picture. Yeah, sister, look at, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying, 100 pounds. Now, you know, the family co-signing the fact that she has, you know, had mental health, right? But that's after the fact. Right? That was after the fact. But the one thing I'm not connecting or understanding is, didn't it say she the one called about there was a burglary at her damn apartment? Did y'all catch that? Let me go back and look. Make sure that ain't that what it said? Let's see. Let's go back again. Okay, it says okay, hold on. Let me go back. Reporting the burglary. Okay, Lyle 30 was fatally shot on there after reporting a burglary at her northeast apartment. What? You coming to her apartment? Did she open the door? Let that marinate for a minute. Did you come to her apartment? Did she call? So what did the dispatcher say when they dispatched the information to you? What did they say? And again, people going to justify the situation because again they said she had mental. Now again, a lot of our people going to have that because again, look what we have endured. And for a lot of us who have what we would consider, somewhat some sanity, right? But scratch it, boy. You might get it, right? You know what I'm saying? We a lot of us is, they say like clowns. So you got a lot of clowns out here. They smiling, but inside they ain't feel too damn good, right? But so that whole thing there about having psychological issues. Well, I'm pretty sure most black people got a lot of trauma. What they call a soldier can go to the military and come back to my PTSD or whatever they call that, right? Well, what do you got that's been let's say from generation to generation? They said that trauma can be passed down through the DNA, right? That would be easy to put the label on most of us as that. Because matter of fact, most of the incarcerations in most of these county jails is really just a mental health facility that they don't got no place. Again, as the sister said, no one wants to deal with that. Well, no one deals with our situation. So a lot of people who are locked up have mental issues, so they just throw them in there. You deal with that. Go in there, right? And the woman was pregnant. What did your eyes see, Mr. Policeman? Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer. Know that song? Remember that? Ghetto Boys, right? But again, she's gone now, right? So all the thing it is, it's like, well, the city keep paying. They're just going to keep paying out. Justify. Well, okay. We weren't there. We know what was being said. Yes, you can have mental issues, but again, the capacity to work that y'all in, I think it's incumbent on y'all to have. Again, they always come back and later say the training. It's like, something is just observant, right? Right? You out and about, you ain't out here skipping in Toodaloo with daisies. You observant of your surroundings. At least you should be. And if I was a damn cop, I think my shit would be past 10. Nobody move, nobody get hurt, right? Nobody move, nobody move, nobody get hurt, right? I'm always ready. If I'm a cop, so I see something a little funny, I ain't talking about shooting. I'm just saying I got to be observant. I got to make the right call. You make the call, right? You make the call. But they always seem to be making the wrong damn call. Because again, most of them probably encountered us only to come around us is only because they got a damn job. Let me give you another life story about Mr. Blows Your Minds. I mean, one time, I was a good son. I go pick my mom up and take her to work. I pick my mom up, take her to work. I take the road every time. I was driving the big body 89 at this time, right? I got the big body caddy, the one look like, I'm out there, I'm selling, but I ain't. I'm a black man. Cadillac is that shit. Right? I got a Cadillac, right? So I'm going through, po see, you know what I'm saying? See me everything. So this day come, I'm gonna pull motherfucker over. I'm like, what the fuck? So I kept on driving any motherfucker way. I'm just right at there, you know, I'm driving. I'm going there, I'm going to get up and work. When she get her, let her go, she going to work. I'm like, all right, you see where we at, motherfucker? Okay, he come over there. First thing he do, he want to come, try to put your hand in my pocket for? You pulling me over for traffic. What you going in my pocket for? Well, he was. That's what he was trying to do, right? So, was a white shirt with them. So I knew it was some bullshit. White shirt, motherfucker. You know the white shirt. You know all the little representative color. We got the white shirt. Right? He come over there. You know, and say, well, what's going on? You know, Mr. Blow, what's going on here? I was like, you tell me. You pulling me up for what? You know what I'm saying? You know the old bullshit, seatbelt, air freshener, loud muffler. You know that bullshit they always try to pull. So I was like, no, you know what it is. You know what it is. You know what he called DWB. You know nigga just driving while he black. He's like, oh, that guys wouldn't do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I've been a police officer for over 35 years. I said I've been black longer than that. I said, let me tell you something. All the time I counted on you was you in my neighborhood. You learned to be about me because of your job. You know what he told his boys? Come on, let's go. They went on about their long head. Huh? I told him the truth. Motherfucker, don't tell me about it because you been a cop for 35. I've been black longer than you been a motherfucking cop. And all the time motherfucking nigga like you know something like me is if you in my neighborhood. He said, oh, leave that nigga alone. That's a real one. Right? So that's just what it is. See, they get those jobs and shit, but they ain't never really had no encounter with us. And so now that you done, again, that whole thing about, matter of fact, Trump's son said some shit today about that wall being up there to keep the animals in. Yeah, I could do that story. I just don't have a picture for you. He said some shit like that today. So their whole thing is dealing with you is like you some goddamn animal. Because, see, they ain't used to get it. So, again, that whole thing about the way how we, we vibe, we talk, so yeah, we get loud and shit. But that shit don't be nothing about no confrontation. It's just, we emotional people. You been through the shit we been through. You be the same motherfucking way. Right? So, I'm going to tell you, sister. So your interpretation about how you think of us, about your TV view or your movie view, don't necessarily be a reality view. So when you get a job and then you cut and you have to be on real time, right? Now you in real time, then it's like, oh shit, right? So a situation that is, again, just a brother, his whole life has been encountering, you've been fucking with him, and so when he dealing with you, he talking to you a certain way, and you still brand new out the pack, so you jittery, you nervous, you scared. And then that's all this shit be happening, right? That's where all this shit be coming from. Sister said you called fucking the burglary at her house. Maybe she had the knife because she trying to protect herself. You coming where she at? Didn't that never dawn in my mind? Like, well, shouldn't it be like, well, hold on, let's put that knife. Shouldn't we, when you see the video, again, so I had to talk because I'm talking from a perspective of what I know and you only what you hear. So I'm going to slow my roll on that. I'm going to go till the video come, right? But anyway, that's just what it is, right? So I'm speaking up for the sister. Again, she's already gone. But then the heartbreaking aspect to the whole story was the baby. The baby didn't know no better. Didn't know it was in the midst of some crazy motherfuckers. Just shot mama up. Baby see mama. Baby go lay up on mama. Baby go crawl up and lay up on mama. Took my mama away. We on the 2-hour moment, y'all. Ain't no do no more, y'all. Y'all need no more. You don't need no more. Some people done left up out of here. It's all good, though. I want to thank y'all for being out here tonight. Let me winging it. Do what I had to do just to get a show off. Because, again, I try to do this for y'all, right? Try to do something, keep something going. Because on this internet, there's a lot of nonsense over here. Sometimes people just in here, again, I just believe a lot of people just not used to having some kind of attention, right? If you used to have a little attention, you know how to deal with it. You know, if you get looking, if you play sports, or you didn't motherfucker in the hood, or you fine as hell, and you used to motherfuckers, man, being around, you know, getting all that, right? You used to the little attention. Some people get a little attention, again, say little power corrupts absolutely, right? So get little people some power, and then all of a sudden now everybody's hustling, busting, fighting with none another, and then they forgot. They done got off their whole message. Whatever their message they was supposed to, they done got off of it because they done got into this, you know, I'm bigger than you and this, and then I'm not over here. Now over here. That ain't what we do. So again, I want to thank all my subscribers who should be in the house tonight. I want to thank you for participating and doing it again. Got much love for y'all. Being a DOS, you know, I definitely got a lot of love. And again, you know, we see one another, get that universal nod, man. What's good, sister? Hey, you know, ain't always about brother trying to get there, and sister, you know, same vice versa, right? You know, John Henry Clark has said the only thing we got is us, right? And we got to recognize that. Again, time is getting, the sand is slowly dissipating out here. Time is getting shrinking. We ain't got forever in here. And you know, people got their plans. So we got to find some way to find some unification to get together, get on one quarter mind. Because again, you know, it is what it is. And so, with that being said, peace, love, and hair grease. Until the next show, you can always, you know what I'm saying, you got some story you want to give to a brother, send it to me, you know, got the email in there, or just go through the show and hit me up. I'll throw it in the show if I can get all the pieces to it. And again, much love for my brothers and sisters and my fam out here. And let me go ahead and try to get us out of here with this. You can delay this. Look at this. It's all still slow, boy. They were putting that work in tonight, huh? But it's okay. I did it. I got it off any motherfucking way, right? Peace, love, y'all. Stay black.
You